keeps you high.
Hey yo, what's good? Right now you watching Casino as a Name, and I came across an interesting topic about too much education or overeducation. Is it possible to be overeducated? And I've been talking to a lot of students and a lot of professionals about their potential careers or their current careers, and I come to the conclusion that there is a such thing as too much education, or overeducation as I like to call it. So many students want to go, they're in their first class and their plan is to get the master's and the PhD and go on to maybe get some kind of specialist type degrees and stuff like that. And that's fine if you want to teach. But if you're planning on being an accountant, maybe a PhD isn't necessarily what you need to have in order to do your job. But a lot of people are going straight into the master's programs and straight into the PhDs and stuff like that, and they haven't earned any money as an accountant or even had any experience whatsoever as an accountant. And I'm not saying that some jobs don't require you to go and to get that further education, but accounting doesn't. Once you receive a bachelor's degree in accounting, unless you still need to get that 30 hours, which some people already have their 30 hours in additional credit hours in order to sit for the CPA, like myself. But unless you still need to go get that extra 30 hours and you want to go ahead and go pursue your master's degree because you know that you're going to be a CPA, then by all means, go for it. Go for it. But a PhD only really allows you to teach, or maybe just have the title of doctor. But the time and energy and efforts and just all of the other stuff that comes along with trying to achieve a PhD and going further and further into student loan debt, it makes no sense whatsoever. It doesn't actually help you do your job better, or probably even get you a higher paying job than what you would already get either with a bachelor's or a master's, or CPA. Let's say CPA, because maybe a master's degree does allow you to make a couple $1,000 more. It's not worth it necessarily unless you're a CPA or you're planning on getting a CPA. So let's talk about overeducation. I call it overeducation is because you're trying to get to a certain level, right, of income. And let's say you decide to go back and you've got your bachelor's degree, and then you decide to go get your master's degree. And the difference of the bachelor's degree and the master's degree, let's say, I'll just be nice, and let's say it's $30,000, which is probably higher than that. But let's just say it's $30,000 to get that extra 2 years or so to finish your master's program. Some people can finish in a year, but if you're working or pursuing it, I don't know. I know most people seem to complete it in 2 years. I haven't gotten my master's degree. And let's say you get your master's degree, and the difference of income might be $2,000-$3,000, maybe $5,000, but you're going further in the hole. And within a year, somebody who just got the bachelor's degree in the time frame that, say you get your bachelor's degree and you go straight into work, and somebody else decides they're going to go get a master's degree, and they're going to go ahead and go straight to school for that year and a half or so. By the time I get my year experience with my bachelor's degree, I can probably do the same job or come in at the same job level as you with your master's degree, whether or not it took you a year and a half to 2 years to complete it. The difference is I would have been earning money the whole time, and also you would have been going in further debt had you been going for the master's degree. Unless you're planning on getting a CPA, and that kind of changes a lot of things. But going further to get the PhD, I don't know who is talking to everyone about getting a PhD, which is fine if you want to get your PhD so you can become a doctor. But it doesn't necessarily pay you more to get your PhD unless you're planning on teaching at some college or university or something like that, which can be a good job, but not necessarily more that you would make doing that than you could make working for the Big Four after 15 years or so. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't necessarily open up so many more doors, and the level of time and dedication and homework assignments that you got to look. People, please just go get something you can use. Me, I started out at a 2-year university instead of a 4-year. You know why? Because I figured I saw so many people who started out school going for their 4-year degree, and a lot of people didn't pass their 3rd year. They got all the way up to their junior year, and things just didn't work out. They ended up walking away without getting a bachelor's degree. Some people, even in their senior year, did not finish college. And 15 years later, they're like, dang it, I wish I had finished. But they didn't. But I figured, worst case scenario, I finished my 2-year degree in pursuit of my bachelor's. And either way, I would still be right on time. Instead of finishing with 1 degree, I still have an associate's degree in healthcare management, and I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. So it would still be the same amount of time, right? It still would be 4 years, except for starting at a 4-year university. Unless you have a full ride scholarship, I say start at associate's degree level. I'm gonna tell you why. You have a 4-year university is more expensive than your local community college. Also, B, you at least you could finish at least 1 degree while you're still finishing another one. Because if you end up in your 4th year and you decide that you're gonna walk away or you can't complete your 4-year degree, at least you have something. If you went to a community college first and got your associates, at least you have something. And if you are able and fortunate and blessed and focused enough to finish your bachelor's degree, now you have 2 degrees instead of 1. And it would have been cheaper to get 2 than to get 1. So that's why I went the route that I went. But the whole idea is to get something you can use. Don't go to school for basket weaving and get a bachelor's degree in basket weaving unless basket weaving is, a business that you plan on working in. Don't just get it because it's something to get. I saw a degree for parks and recreation. And so it's a perfect degree if you're going to work for a national park or something like that. But if those jobs are far and few between, then your chance of really getting a job in that field is slim. So, and if you never even planned on getting a job in that field, you just studied it because you knew you had to go to college for something, and you thought parks were interesting more so than, say, accounting or information technology or whatever. Just because you thought it was interesting, you figured, well, I'm gonna just get a degree in something, and please, people, get something useful. This is killing me. You guys are killing me, all right? Like, it's so many students are hitting me up, and they have these useless degrees, and they're like, oh my God, I have this psychology degree, and I don't plan on being a psychologist, and I'm not planning on getting my master's and my PhD or my clinical. I just like how people think, so I went to school for psychology. If you're like me and you came from a lower than middle class family or even middle class family, you cannot afford to just go to school for what you think is cool. You need to go to school for something practical. Unless you were born rich and your parents just said, go do something, and you don't have to work after college, please get something that you can use that's practical. Anyway, my name is Casino. Right now you watching Casino is the name. Hit subscribe, like, man. Let's get this money, man.